He's there?
Zane!
Yo, what's going on?
Welcome.
Oh! Thank you for joining us today.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me on.
It's our pleasure. So we've sort of barely explained that Ingrid Michaelson wrote this song. And Ingrid we've had on this show a bunch of times. We love Ingrid. And brought you in to work on this duet called To Begin Again. And I guess we got to start by asking what's the connection for you and Ingrid? What brings your worlds together to collaborate on this?
I'm a fan of Ingrid. I like her music. I listen to her music quite a bit. So I just reached out to her and said, if you want to work on something, I'd be really up for that. And she responded really quick and we got something together.
Wow. So who wrote the song? Did you have the song and present it to her?
No, she wrote it. I asked her if you want to work on something, just let me know. And then she reached out and said, I've actually been working on this song here if you want to do this with me. And I didn't really do much. I altered a couple of things here and there, but it's just, it's mainly her.
What is it, what is it about her? Again, we love her and she's great. She does a lot of different things, but what is it particularly that made you a fan and made you want to reach out?
I think she's got a real gift with the writing. I think she's really good at writing. I was listening to a lot of her music at that time when I chose to ask if she wanted to work on something. And I just like her. I'm a fan. So I just thought it'd be a cool fit. I like her voice too. And it's a little bit different, to the kind of music I do on my own stuff. It's kind of outside my realm. So I wanted to do that and experiment with it a little bit.
So, Zane, before you called Ingrid Michaelson up, had you two ever met?
No, never, no.
So what, did you call her up? Did you email her? Did your people get in touch with her people? How did this go down?
I spoke to my manager and I said, I want to do a song with her. Can you speak to her people? And her people are really nice and friendly. And they got back really quick and it was really easy to do.
Wow. She does have we love it. Lynn, who's Ingrid's manager, is fantastic. And
she's the best. She's really cool.
Glad it happened that easy. So what was it about the song? I mean, because, you said let's do something,
it's got a great sentiment to obviously what's going on right now in the world. It spoke to me. I think it'll speak to a lot of people in the same way. It had a lot of hope and aspiration for the future. And I feel like that's what everyone is feeling right now.
So, Zane, why did you release this single today? And once again, it's called To Begin Again.
We released it today. I'm not sure why the exact date is, but we just released it today. It felt good to release it today, right?
St. Patrick's
Why
Day?
Not?
Yeah.
Sure. As you said, it's a different, the music you've been making, the last album, very sort of sparse, a lot of space, a really cool sort of vibe around what you've been doing. This is, Ingrid writes from a more sort of theatrical place. This is sort of a bigger song, kind of a stagier song. Did you get right away that, that was something you could tap into?
I like to experiment with all kinds of different music. I'm not, biased in any way. If it's a good song and there's a good message, I feel like I can adapt my vocal depending on what the music is. I like to do that. It makes it interesting for me for sure.
So have you two met now that you've done the song? Or
not
talked
properly,
over the phone, talked over Zoom?
We've spoke, over the phone, but not in person, because obviously with everything that's going on, and obviously I've got the baby and stuff, so we're taking the COVID measurements pretty serious.
And Zane, what was that conversation like?
Which conversation?
Between you and Ingrid.
When we spoke to each other?
Yes.
Yeah, it was cool. She's really cool.
And working.
She sent me some British candies today. All kinds of British stuff, which I'm really happy about. And she sent me a big bottle of whiskey the other day, which was pretty nice too.
also appreciated stuck at home. Yes.
Yeah.
You said she sent it over. You didn't change much. You sent it back. I mean, how different is working in the world that we're in right now? I mean, how is it for you
For me,
to be doing
honestly,
everything from a distance?
It's not too much of an adjustment, to be honest, because I work this way anyway. I work from home, and I do my thing kind of like by myself. I like to work with people in the studio if it's possible, but it's not a massive adjustment for me in that sense. But the finished product is amazing. I'm really happy with it. I'm happy with the way it sounds. And it was just easy. Like I said, she said to me she'd already had this song in mind. She wanted to work on it with me. So I was just like, yeah, let's do that. And it didn't need anything changing. When I listened to it, I was like, this is an amazing song the way it is. Like I did a couple of things here and there, like musically. I tried to bring my influence to it in the slight runs at the end and stuff. But like I said, I'm a big fan of her, and I enjoyed singing the song. It was good.
This is the most splendidly random thing that happened today. ZAYN and Ingrid Michaelson put out a brand new song called To Begin Again. ZAYN, I was telling Alan, I was prepping shake and bake for my kids in the kitchen, and then I got an email and it said, hey, you may be speaking with ZAYN and Ingrid Michaelson today. And I said, no, that can't be real. We're talking with each other.
Yeah, here we are.
So I'm curious why. I mean, you don't do a lot of talking. You don't do a lot of interviews. You don't do a lot of press. Why was this project something you wanted to, jump on the phone with us about?
I feel the sentiment of the song is something that is quite relevant right now, and I feel like I feel very passionate about people understanding that. I understand the lyric in the song, and I feel the same way, and that I care about it, I guess. So I'm here just trying to let people know.
And that sense of the lyric, I mean, she said she wrote the song in the release here. She said she wrote the song the night that Joe Biden won. There was so much celebrating in her neighborhood. That was the spirit of it. Is it that political change? Is it the starting to see the end of, possible light at the end of the COVID tunnel? Like, what in the sentiment was it that you wanted to, that you said you
I think it's a combination of all them things. I'm not really, outwardly speaking on political terms ever, but I'm happy that certain things have happened in regards to, Joe Biden, and just the aspiration for the future, and hopefully, we'll get a chance to start again collectively as a race of people in this crazy time right now, because it's a bit strange.
ZAYN, just curious, where are you calling from right now?
I'm calling from Pennsylvania.
Whoa! My
Jim's home state.
Wait, where in Pennsylvania are you calling from?
Bucks County.
Oh. All right.
In the neighborhood.
What brings you to Bucks County, PA?
I've lived here for a while. I love the nature. It's amazing.
Excellent. I want to ask you about working on duets because, famously, I mean, you had a massive, massive song with Taylor Swift, with the 50 Shades duet. What is different for you about working with another voice, especially with a female voice? How do you approach your part differently slotting into a song like that than working on your own?
To be honest, I don't think it's too different. I approach all music the same. I'm pretty open-minded with whatever genre it is, and I like to experiment with that. I think it's important to do that to keep it interesting, like I said earlier. But I don't really change too much. I just try to do me.
So, ZAYN, when the pandemic is over, do you have anything planned for 2021? Some people are saying things will open up again in the fall. Are you going to release more singles this year? Do you plan on playing live any?
Yeah, hopefully that's the plan. Yeah, I do want to play some live shows when this calms down and we're able to do that again for sure. Before that, I might be doing something before that too. Yeah, I'm always working on music. I might be releasing some more stuff later this year. But that just depends on like how it goes in the studio and like if I don't run over on my time.
Yeah,
I like to take my time. But yeah, we'll see.
How was it releasing the Nobody Is Listening album, and now even releasing this single? What is it like releasing it into a world in lockdown like this, where you can't do all the stuff you would normally do? What's does it feel extra weird, or does it just feel like, I'm just doing my work and we'll get it out there, it'll do what it'll do?
I was just talking about earlier. When I released the album this year, I was kind of like surprised by the response, because I did think everybody would kind of caught up doing whatever they were doing, running around like headless chickens because of the craziness of the world. But people seemed to hone in and be really responsive to the album, and it didn't seem to affect it too much for me. I'm not the type of person who does too much promotion anywhere. Right. So it didn't really seem to have a difference to my last record in terms of the engagement. It went well for me anyway. I was happy with the way people responded to it.
Will this interview today change your opinion on promotion? Like, I think every time you put out a single, you should speak with me and Alan.
Yeah, for sure. Nah, it's been really easy to talk to you guys today, for sure. It's not even necessarily that for me. Sometimes I just I like to take a back seat on things. I don't really like to force people into an opinion. I like to let people base their own opinion on their own understanding and figuring it out for themselves. That's just the kind of guy I am. But yeah, for sure, I will be doing more interviews with you guys.
Yes,
we'll be here. So, in terms of,
we're exclusive to ZAYN.
I like that.
It's funny you say. I mentioned before. I don't even know that you know this, but I actually wrote the bio that for when you put out the new album.
Yeah,
and even for that,
it was great,
but even for that, you're like, no, I don't want to talk. Just put the information out there, and that's all that that needs to be out there. So to hear you say you were going to jump on the phone today, great, we're excited. I'm just curious. You mentioned before, now your life having the baby. Do you feel like your excitement about this song and the sentiment in this song and this the ideas is that changed because your life changed?
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, I didn't mean to speak over you there. I just get excited. Yeah, definitely. That is something that is very prominent. I think when you have a kid, there's a slight switch in your head. There's certain things that I feel more passionate about and things that I want to convey. Not so much, just directly for that, but just so that like when she looks at me as a parent, she knows what I stood for and what I stand for. And it's a nice feeling for sure to feel like you stand for something that's a little bit bigger than yourself.
ZAYN, how old is your daughter?
She's 6 months.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you this, as a parent of two, the best time is 7 months, because you can flop them in the middle of the floor, they can play with the toy, and you can actually leave the room for a second. But at 8 months, they start crawling, and all bets are off.
Yeah, it's crazy. She's actually really advanced. She can do all the rolling around and stuff. I don't feel safe like leaving her in the room by herself yet. Always watching what she's doing, and I can only imagine it gets crazier when they start crawling.
It's a whole. Once they're 3-dimensional, it's a whole other game. So we talk to musicians every day here, and we've heard such different responses to creating during the quarantine. I mean, we've had people who are like, I'm so freaked out and overwhelmed, I can't do anything. Like, I'm just lucky to make it through the day. We've had people say, I'm stuck at home, I work all the time, I'm writing songs all the time, I can't turn it off. For you, what's it been like, approaching creating music during this last year?
For me, it's kind of worked nicely. I'm not going to lie. I'm sorry to any people that it's been stressful for, but it's worked nicely. I've been able to find a good balance between coming and writing in the studio and doing my own thing with the music, and then going home and spending time with my family and obviously my little girl. It's been cool. It hasn't felt like there's been a lot of pressure. And it's been nice. I feel like it's been some good TLC for sure.
Zayn, this may be an unfair question, but as music fans, we always like to make it a competition between you and your bandmates. Do you ever view it like that, or do you just put out the music that you make?
I don't really concentrate on that too much. Obviously, healthy rivalries, nothing to be shied away from. But I don't concentrate on that, not at all, not at this point. I feel like we all make such different music that there's not really much comparison.
Curious, we learned today that Zayn is an Ingrid Michaelson fan, which I wouldn't have necessarily thought. What else are you listening to? What else are you excited about? Anybody else that you want to reach out to and work with?
I'm a massive Chris Stapleton fan. I don't think many people would think that either. I think he's a wicked artist. I love his writing. I love his voice. I actually tried to reach out to him a while ago, but he was on tour, I think. So he said he might reach back out when he gets off tour. Don't quote me on that. I don't know if it's correct. But he's somebody who I really like, who people might not think I'm, listening to.
Just curious, Zayn, did you catch any of the Grammys?
Did I? Fuck no, no. No, I didn't watch the Grammys.
All right. We had a very passionate episode of Debatable on Monday. Some people liked it, some people didn't.
Yeah,
as it always is.
Go on. Sorry.
As it always is with as you said, with competitions and contests, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that specific thing there, if you're asking me why I said what I said, was nothing to do with the competition and rivalry. It was nothing personal in any sense. It was a way broader statement to the whole organization. I believe there's way better music that is made and does not even get an acknowledgement because of certain reasons. Political reasons, handshaking reasons, private performance reasons that we don't need to go into. I said everything I needed to say online. But yeah, it is what it is. And it's nothing to do with my own personal gain, because if they even nominated me at this stage, I wouldn't even go and accept the award because it doesn't mean anything to me. The entire organization doesn't represent anything. And I don't believe they showcase the best talent in the industry. I believe they control what they want to control and they do what they want to do. And that's it.
And you're not, you're hardly alone in looking for some kind of transparency. And that was the response I got from a lot of people, and that felt good for sure.
Well, Chuck D once famously rapped, "Who gives an F about a goddamn Grammy?" Exactly.
There we go.
For our friend and frequent listener, Chuck D, he said it decades ago.
I want to see that next.
Nothing changed, right?
Zayn and Chuck D.
Yeah.
That's another great collaboration right there.
Yeah, we can sort it out for sure.
Oh, right. So any other I know there's a lyric video out with the song today. Is there gonna be an actual video? Is there gonna be anything else that you're gonna do with this? Or
there's gonna be a proper video. Yeah, it's coming out soon. I'm not sure the exact date yet, so that's why I'm not gonna tell you the date.
Yeah.
There's a video, yeah.
So, Zayn, you don't have to answer this question, but you were talking about that friendly competition. Mm-hmm. So if you were, in the back of your mind, comparing yourself to other members of your band, who would be number 2 right now? If you're making a poll, who's number 2 on that list? And if you don't want to answer this question, you don't have to.
Can I ask you a question first?
Absolutely.
Who's number 1 on that list?
Zayn, baby! Zayn has always been number 1 on my list.
All right, okay. Now, I don't think it's fair for me to say who's number 2 because I was in the band. So, it's not really fair.
But not even in the back of your mind. You don't say, all right.
I don't entertain these things. That's not what it is for me. I don't think there's a comparison.
here's what I love. What I love about you guys is, it's always who's going to be able to survive or what's the thing. I love that everybody has been making really different music and all making really good music. Mm-hmm. Like it's been really kind of extraordinary to say, all of them have found a lane and have done really cool stuff. And
I'll tell you what, Niall's my favorite. How about that? There you go.
How about that?
Yeah. You want a quote?
You got
it. Niall makes the best music. There you go.
There you go.
All right. Even better than Zayn?
Yeah, we'll say that. Yeah, he makes better music than me. Yeah, I'm a Niall fan.
Nice work. All right. So before I let you go, we have to pass on our producer. Carrie is out today and is killing herself. She said to make sure to tell you that Mind of Mine is one of her favorite albums and still in constant rotation, and congratulate him on the baby. So I have to pass that on for my producer or she'll smack me tomorrow. So
amazing. Thank you very much.
And Zayn, one more question from me before you go.
Yeah.
The next step, the next songs that you're working on, what flavor are we getting from you?
Hopefully some more R&B. I'm delving into that realm a bit more. More old school sounds of R&B, like Danelle Jones kind of vibes.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay.
Yeah.
Classic,
that kind of thing.
Right. Classic stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's been fun, man. I'm enjoying it. I've got a few solid songs right now. Nothing that I would say is like a record yet, but I'm working on it. And if I do want to do any interviews about it, I'll be sure to let you guys know.
You know where to find us. To begin again.
Yes.
From Ingrid Michaelson and Zayn, new duet out today on the streaming services. The lyric video is up, a real video to follow, as he just said. So do not miss it. I'm only sorry we didn't get Ingrid to join us today, but thrilled.
Yeah, me too.
Fantastic, Zayn, to hear from you, and congrats on this, and congrats on the baby and everything else. And
thank you.
Stay in touch, man. Good luck with whatever comes next.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Yeah, thanks for the time, Zayn.
No worries. Thank you.